Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. We are back with another wig install, and today's wig is from ISEEHAIR. I'm showing you guys their brand new block wig. Now this is the wig that is going to be very trendy very soon. I've already seen a lot of girls promoting it, a lot of girls wearing it, showing videos, pictures, and everything. This is the one where you can actually build your own wig. So you have block B, which is the base of the wig, but then you also have block R, and block R technically stands for replacement. So it is a replaceable closure or lace frontal, whichever one you choose. I'm actually giving you guys a sneak peek right now as to how quick and easy it is to take one lace off and put the other one on. So I actually have 3 different laces that I'm going to show you guys today. This wig in general is very interesting just because of the fact that you are able to just zip and clip on a new lace. We're going to start it off with the 7x5 lace closure, then we're going to move on to the 9x6 lace closure, and then lastly we're going to talk about the 13x6 lace closure. Don't worry, I'll go over everything in detail, that way you guys are not confused. The intro is just showing you a little bit of everything just so you know what's to come. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this wig is pretty pricey. You got to think about the fact that you're buying replacement closures or a whole lace frontal on top of the wig base in general. So depending on the inches you want, depending on how many replacement closures or frontals you want, it could get pretty pricey. So I just want to let you guys know that. So let's go ahead and get started with the unboxing. It is this huge box that does come with an instruction manual just in case you need it. Block B, as I already mentioned, is the base of the wig. Now the wig does come ready to go, so it automatically comes with a 7x5 lace closure attached to it, and as you guys can see, it has these beautiful blonde highlights in it. The lace comes pre-cut, pre-plucked, and pre-bleached also. Here's the inside of the wig cap. As you can see, there's a lot of security features, that way it's nice and secure and does not fall off your head. Now I'm going to give you guys some close-ups of the 2 replaceable closures that they sent me. So I have 2 block R's, which means 2 replaceable closures. One is a 9x6 lace closure and the other one is actually a 13x6 frontal. So the one that I'm unboxing first is the 9x6 lace closure. Again, it does come pre-plucked and pre-cut also. This particular one though does have a skin lace with no grid and no knots. It actually gives you a lot more of a natural look with the parting space. So it has that silky material that basically makes it look a lot more natural. The second one that I'm unboxing is the 13x6 lace frontal. This wig is crazy. The fact that you can go from a closure to a frontal in a matter of seconds is great. Now this one does come pre-plucked, and as you guys can see, there is no knots visible, so I'm assuming they pre-bleached this one as well. The only difference is with this one, you do have to cut the lace yourself. And hopefully you guys notice that on each lace there are the same security features, that way you can apply it and take it off the same way for each lace that you're choosing to wear for that day. Lastly, I'm just showing you guys the gifts that were sent in the box as well, including the adjustable elastic band, which we're definitely going to use. The first one is the 7x5 lace closure. This is how the wig came. It's already put together, so I don't have to worry about that. First things first, we're just going to add some foundation all over that lace to make sure it matches my skin color. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the wig on, and as usual, I'm going to tighten the elastic band if I need to. I'm going to make sure everything is centered and secure. I'm also going to make sure I get all of those little hairs away from the lace, that way I can see it nice and clearly, and I will be sticking with a middle part today. To secure that, I'm going to use my wax stick and my hot comb. You guys know, same old, the same method that I do with every single wig. Now, if you guys notice here, I am adding a little bit of spray at the edges of the lace, only because I just felt like it was a little too noticeable for me. So I'm just adding spray just to kind of hide it even more. The lace did a really good job. The lace is beautiful, but I just wanted to hide it a little bit more. Sometimes that can happen with these lace closures. Then I will be adding a little bit more foundation at the edge of the lace to blend her in. I will also be adding some baby hairs on this one as well to help hide the lace also. You guys know I only add baby hairs if necessary. Sometimes on camera it will look like I don't need to do that, but in person I can see the lace. So if you guys see me adding baby hairs, that's why. So this is what the lace is looking like right now. The lace is very thin, blended very well. However, I realized when I turned my head to the side, you could kind of see the lace a little bit, like the ends of the lace, and I didn't like that. So I'm using the baby hairs just to help hide that. So this is what the lace is looking like right now. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the rest of the hair. I'm just gonna straighten her because we just took her out of the box. So you know there are some lumps and bumps. So we just want her to look fresh. Now the hair took to the heat extremely well. I did not have an issue with that. The shedding was pretty minimal. I just really had a lot of those straight pieces laying around on the floor, which could get kind of annoying, but it wasn't like a lump sum of hair. It wasn't like I was shedding like a dog or anything like that. It wasn't that bad. The only issue that I personally had was the fact that this wig had a lot of flyaways. So after I finished straightening her, I did use my wax stick, and I also sprayed some holding spray on my rat tail comb and just combed through the hair. Other than that, you guys, the hair did not have a crazy smell. It was very silky and soft to the touch, very flowy as you guys can see on camera, and she did have a natural shine to her as well. Alright, so first install is completed, you guys. Again, this is how the wig comes. It's ready to go. Very simple, very quick and easy. We're gonna move on to the 9x6 lace closure, which I can't wait to show you guys how exactly you take the lace off and put it back on. And just so you guys are aware, I do have this wig in 26 inches. I want to say she's 150% density, and also she is 100% human hair for a fact. Okay, so let's move on. We're gonna move on to our first block R, which is our replacement closure, and this is the 9x6 replacement closure. Again, it does have that skin lace, aka that silky material. It just gives you more of a natural look whenever you part your lace. Now, removing this lace closure is super easy. You're just going to zip apart the lace, and then you're also going to unclip and undo the Velcro strip. It's really simple. You guys will be able to see it all on video here. I wanted to make sure my camera focused as much as possible just so you guys can see what I'm doing. It basically has 3 different security features, so it's really quick and easy. Now to put the new closure on, you're just going to reclip, redo the Velcro strip, and rezip. It's that simple. This is the same method that I used with the frontal as well. Now I'm also going to make use of this elastic band and just hook it into the new lace as well. The frontal has the same loopholes that you can use for the elastic band also. Now as far as styling, I'm pretty much doing the same method that I did for the 7x5 lace closure. I did have to add a little bit of spray on this one. I also added a little bit more foundation on the lace also, but with this one I actually did decide to go in with a side part, well, a seat curve part, just to kind of show you guys that there is a lot of versatility with the 9x6 lace closure. There's also a lot of versatility with the first lace closure that we had as well, which is a 7x5. So depending on what you like, go for it. You guys know me though, I'm real simple when it comes to my styling. I just care about it looking natural. The one thing that I did notice though is that this lace was actually a little bit more white than the 7x5 lace closure, but I still got her to look as natural as possible with using my foundation and also a little bit of spray. So this was the final result of that. As you guys can see, she looked beautiful and I was loving that C curve part. So let's go ahead and move on to the lace frontal. This is a 13x6 lace frontal, so you will have to use some glue or some spray if you want this frontal to stay still, all right? Also remember that they did not cut the lace on this one, so you will have to cut the lace yourself. As always, I started off with just adding some foundation on the lace and I threw her on. To secure her down, I did go in with some spray. Now, as far as this lace frontal, you guys, unfortunately, the frontal was not fitting me as best as possible. Although they say it is a 13 by 6, I kind of just felt like there wasn't as much lace room. It was weird. I feel like the wig cap in general was a lot bigger and had a lot more room than the lace in itself. So I kind of struggled with getting it to lay where I wanted it to. And you guys know I always have the issue where my natural edges come out way too far. The wig cap might be a little bit too big on me, etc. So those are some of the challenges that I did face. You guys will notice that the lace also did start to bunch up a little bit, so you kind of see like these little waves in the lace, and I did have to add baby hairs in order to hide that. Otherwise, you would have been able to tell that the wig was not fitting me at its best. So it's one of those things where it really just depends. The wig cap in general was a little bit big on me, I'm not gonna lie, but with the lace closures, I didn't really care. It didn't matter because I was still able to make it work. With the frontal, I did have to put in a lot more effort. So as you can see here, I'm just adding some foundation on the lace, and again, I am going to add some baby hair off camera just to kind of help it out a little bit and hide the lace a lot more, because you could kind of tell that it just wasn't fitting me right, and it was a little too noticeable. What I did like though is that the lace was super thin. I didn't have an issue with that. I also felt like the plucking they did was beautiful. I just wish that it fit me better. But this is the final result of the 13 by 6 lace frontal. As you guys notice, I did stick with the middle part. I added my baby hairs because that was just going to look best on me due to the issues that I had while installing this frontal. If the frontal fit me perfectly, I wouldn't have even needed to add the baby hairs because that's how thin the lace was. The lace in general was beautiful. I also am very obsessed, just like I mentioned before, with the plucking that they did. Now, the one thing I did want to point out though is that I do feel like the wig cap in general was just a little bulky, and that has a lot to do with just the type of wig that this is. You got to think about it. They have the clips there, the Velcro strip, the zipper part in order for you to kind of switch it up whenever you choose to and replace your closures with frontal, replace your frontal with closures. So because of all of that, it does make the wig cap in general just a little bulky, and sometimes that could ruin the foundation of your wig. It's the same way how you have to make sure your natural hair underneath the wig cap is super flat. That way when you put the wig on, it looks super natural. If you have a wig cap with all these features on it, that way you can switch stuff out, even though it's a great idea, it could kind of ruin the foundation of it. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. Now, as far as which lace was my favorite, I would definitely have to say that 9 by 6 lace closure. I just wish that the color of it wasn't as white. Unfortunately, the lace frontal was my least favorite, and that's all because of how it fit on me. If it fit me perfectly, I promise you guys that would have been my #1, especially with me not even being a frontal girly, because the way that they plucked that one, the bleaching on that one, it was perfect. Chef's kiss. So comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this wig unit in general. Overall, I love the idea. I think that you're getting more bang for your buck. However, your buck is pretty pricey. For the same one that I currently have, you guys, it's about $500, all right? Basically over $500, so just keep that in mind. But everything will be listed in the description box down below. ISEEHAIR, thank you for all that you do. I will see you guys next time.